Here are 5 financial mistakes to avoid in your 20s coming from a 33-year-old. Number 1 is taking out loans for people. I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, I don't care if it's your boyfriend, especially if it's your boyfriend. You gon' suffer. You gon' suffer. I done took too much of this. You gon' cry. Do not take out loans for people, especially if you yourself can't afford the payments and you're waiting for them to send you the payment to be able to pay the bank. If the bank doesn't want to give this person a loan, you shouldn't either, okay? There's a reason for that. And the minute that they default on the payments, that means you default on the payments, and it's your credit record that is on the line. And this doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you a person who doesn't have the money. Because if you also have to go take out a loan for them, it means you don't have the money. So don't give them something that you don't have. Number 2 is rushing to have everything at the same time. So you just started working, but you want a BMW, you want an iPhone, you want vacations, you want new clothes. And before you know it, you are drowning in payments and you hate your life. The third one is getting comfortable with debt. So this week on Itumeleng Maloto's channel, she was going through the finances of a couple that makes 200K. But they still had credit card debt and they had personal loan debt, clothing accounts. I just kept thinking to myself, what do you need a credit card for when you make 200K? That's insane. But the same way that saving is a habit, using debt is also a habit. And if you get into this habit in your 20s, you're not going to stop. Even when you're a high income earner, you will still be taking out credit cards. You will still be living in debt. The fourth one is having unplanned babies. Now, this one is particularly for the girlies because in our country, we know that men opt out of parenting even when they are in the home. So the impact of having a child is more likely to derail your life as a woman than it is to derail a man's life. I've seen girls drop out of school or leave their careers because they got pregnant and there's nobody to take care of their child. Children are not only expensive, but they affect your ability to make money. They affect your income. With audit trainees, what generally happens is that if you get pregnant while you're still on your training contract, they have to extend your training contract. So by virtue of that, you're already starting behind your peers when you go into the workplace. What I'm trying to say is that having kids early, especially in your 20s, because that's when you're starting out with your career and just building your life, is likely to actually derail that building or even delay it. So it's much better to just wait until you have at least established your career a little bit. The last financial mistake to avoid is living for now, living just for now. If you're only living for today, you're going to be standing in the same position when you're 50. You will still be building when you're 50. If you spend all of your money in your 20s and you're financially irresponsible, the consequences of those actions are going to follow you for years. Don't live like this is the last day on earth because you might be here until you're 80.